This is a set of tools I made several years ago, primarily for use under the treadle hammer, although they do work pretty well at the anvil. I probably wouldn't make them the same way today if I did them again, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. Now I bring this up because recently I was talking about how putting a handle on a chisel does not make it a hammer, and a lot of people said, well, this is a chipping hammer, and that's just because they see the rod handle and they assume it's this tool used by welders for cleaning up slag on welds. But these are not chipping hammers. These are purpose-made tools for blacksmithing. If I wanted a chipping hammer, I would have made a chipping hammer. I don't need one. The commercial one is just fine for me. But this whole set of tools are definitely blacksmithing tools, and they'd be poor substitutes for a chipping hammer. Although the way you use your tools in your shop, none of my business. If you want to use these as chipping hammers, I suppose you can go ahead and do that, but you'd probably be happier with a real chipping hammer. This set has a center punch, which is real nice for working under the treadle hammer to get a good deep center punch mark. Say if you're getting ready to punch a hammerhead or something like that. Has a chisel that would be used for any of the things you might normally use a chisel for, and it would be nice to have a couple more chisels in this set with different profiles, different width blades, maybe hot chisels and cold chisel. This is just a hot cut. A couple of different size round punches for punching round holes in things, whether it's an eye in a tool, a hanging hole for a hook, or the mounting holes for hinges, something like that. Round punches are always useful, whether handheld or in a handle for use under the treadle hammer at the anvil. I have a square punch in this set. I have a little ball punch. It can be used for some decorative stuff, but it's also great for doing the little tab on bottle openers if you make a lot of bottle openers. A previous set of tools used similarly have wrapped wire handles on them. They work kind of the same way and they work under the treadle hammer, but they always get loose and pivot, and well, that gives you some adjustability. They're never very solid, and I don't really like this style. And there again, there are a couple of chisels, a couple of punches, and a little flatter or set hammer, which adds to the confusion. When people hear hammer, they think that's got to be swung. This would be a terrible tool to swing, definitely made to be set and then hammered. But what would I do differently if I were to remake this set of tools? Well, just like these, the handles are kind of loose and things move around. These rod handles, they were very simple, fast to do, efficient, but they move around a little bit. At the very least, I would weld these on instead of just riveting them. Nice to do it without an arc welder. But after this video, I'm probably going to go over to the welding bench and go ahead and weld these up so that these don't pivot anymore, get them all straightened out because this one's a little bit crooked. But in the long run, what do I prefer over these rod handles or these rod handles or even this springy one that you find on a regular chipping hammer? I definitely prefer wooden handles, and this classic style top tool, made a little bit smaller than a lot of the old ones, work great under the treadle hammer. They work great at the anvil. They're heavy enough for use with a striker on those rare occasions that I have a striker in the shop. And overall, this is the style of tool that I prefer to use. So in the future, as I make more handled tools, almost certainly I'm going to punch eyes and put wooden handles on them because they are so much nicer to use. Anyways, I hope that clears up a little bit of the confusion. I hope you have time in your day to get out to your shop, make something, but stay safe, wear your safety glasses. We'll see you for the next video.